The seventh principle to making marriage work is to learn how to communicate differently. When couples come to my office for therapy, I often see them using a lot of what we call you messages, Y-O-U messages, meaning you don't love me, you don't care about me, you're never home in time, you don't take good care of our children, you spend so much money. Well, those are all you messages. Let me ask you, how do you feel when someone says you to you and blames you? Well, there's a few options. Usually a person becomes defensive. They could either withdraw and say, I'm not talking to you anymore and stonewall, or they could use counter you messages and get very critical and judgmental of the other person. When that happens, it usually makes the other person more critical, react by withdrawing or counter-attacking. So we want to avoid, in healthy communication, as many you messages as you can. What we want to replace you messages with are I messages, the letter I. I means how I'm feeling. Some of the primal I messages are, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling alone, I'm feeling that I don't measure up to your expectations, I'm scared of abandonment, I'm scared of failing in life, I'm scared things won't turn out right, and so on. When a person uses an I message, magic happens. That means to say, when they use the I message, the other person is less defensive. You can't really contradict an I message. If you say you feel alone, I feel alone, you can't say, no, you don't feel alone. Right? If you tell the other person you're never home, then they can say I am home or I come home as much as I can. When you use an I message, it reduces tension. It opens up the other person to becoming more empathetic, to be listening to your I message. And the next part is validating. When somebody shares with you an I message, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling scared, the other person needs to just listen without judgment. If they say I'm feeling scared, you say, I hear you're feeling scared. Tell me more about that. Even if you kind of disagree with your spouse, thinking that it doesn't matter what they say or they're not telling the truth, it doesn't matter. You need to still listen deeply. So I suggest if you want to try this exercise, sit down with your spouse and instead of using you messages about important issues, use a few I messages with them. But what's really key is the other spouse needs to just simply listen, even if they disagree. Do that each for a few minutes at a time. I guarantee you'll be communicating better, and it will set a new trend in your relationship by using more I messages and less you messages, and that's a great principle to making marriage better.